Hey guys! So today I thought I'd show you some books I read from Urban Outfitters. If you don't know me, Urban Outfitters is one of my favorite places to shop at. It's where I got this shirt. They also have some good books too. Today I thought I would talk about some of them. This one, for example, is called The Rose That Grew from Concrete by Tupac Shakur. And it shows some of his poems from his life. Page 3, the very first page. Example shows, I'm going to read it to you. Did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in the concrete, proving nature's laws wrong? It learned to walk without having feet. Funny it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from concrete when no one else even cared. This poem was just very deep. I really like it. He makes good poems. And then this one I got was called Read This If You Want to Be Instagram Famous. I thought it would help me grow my Instagram account. For example, it helped showing me mix business with pleasure. Yeah, I love taking pictures. It's one of my favorite hobbies. Photography is one of my passions. As you can see, shows how to grow my Instagram account and all that good stuff. This one is called The Chaos of Longing by K.Y. Robinson. I think I'm going to read you the first poem. It's called Inception. I'm half jerk chicken and collard greens, suffocating in this nightmare called the American dream. He only said he loved me, but when I was being reprimanded. That's when I learned I had to tempt chaos to feel loved. I used to turn away from her, but now I'm turning into her slowly like honey. I can't pinpoint the moment my father realized America wasn't what he thought it would be. He quelled his rage with beer and took up residence on the bathroom floor to regurgitate all the ache. I can't pinpoint the moment when my mother couldn't bring herself to utter or accept an I love you, so I carved my own version of love into the flesh of men, to feel their heat rising, to keep me from unearthing my predisposition for shrinking. See, this is also a book full of deep poems. If you want to go to Urban Outfitters to look for books, like if you like poetry, that's definitely the place to go. It was only $16.99 at Urban Outfitters if you want to buy it. And Read This If You Want to Be Instagram Famous was around, I think, $12.99 if you want to buy it. This one was, I think, $12.99, like $14.99, I think. Now I'm going to show you a beautiful composition of Broken. It's by R.H. Sine. And the author of Read This If You Want to Be Instagram Famous, it doesn't say, but let me read you some poems from the beautiful composition of Broken. I took my expectations and buried them all at the bottom of the sea, because I alone was never brave enough to dive that deep. I took my pain, the anguish, and turned it into power. I found more of myself in the loneliest of hours. I used my tears to create rivers for my boat. On disappointment and betrayal, I float, I float. I took your absence as a sign to move on. Now the melody has changed, and I sing a new song. My heart broke in blue, my mind split in two, and yet I gained peace at the loss of you. I took the heartache and learned a lesson. It began after we ended. You leaving was my blessing. And this poem is called A Love Worth Keeping. I wish for love like this, a love like summer being kissed by the sun, a love like winter, hugged and covered with snow, a love like the night, being lit by the moon's glow. I pray that this never fades away. Many claims of being in love, but none of them ever stay. I hope, I rely on our love. I rely on your heart. I wish, I hope, I pray we never part. These are some really good poems if you really like it. It's only $19.99 at Urban Outfitters if you want to know where I got it. And the last one I'm going to show you is called The Road Between. says, "The road between is poetry well lived, poetry for the soul that walks the fine line between losing yourself in the world and finding yourself again, often in the smallest of moments." Courtney Peppernell is the best-selling author of Pillow Thoughts, a collection of poetry and prose about heartbreak, love, and emotion. Make a cup of tea, find your place, and lose yourself in the pages. Let me read you a few poems from here, from The Road Between. As you go on your way with one foot in front of the other, you'll see all sorts of things, maybe some mountains, a handful of sunsets, maybe even a shooting star or a raging storm. You will have moments where you might feel alone and spend days and nights just wanting to come home. But for all the adventures that you seek and the roads between, just remember to follow your footsteps each day, week by week. When you are sad and your troubles are too much, a cave inside your heart opens and asks you inside. And in you go with your hopes and your dreams, wanting to find solace without breaking at your seams. And if the walls are made of cotton and kept you safe, I'd say stay inside this cave away from life, just in case. But I would be lying, because the cave is a temporary fix. So when you are ready, you must come back to the light and love the day as much as you love the night. As you can see, you really gotta read this. It's awesome. This one is called The Closet. You don't need to edit the pronouns because you are afraid of what people will think. I will stand with you because there is importance in your spilled ink. Thanks for watching my video on books from Urban Outfitters, and if you haven't already, go follow me on Instagram at CarolineB980, add me on Snapchat at CarolineB980, and subscribe to my channel.